Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Ingenarius Cuborum, my Let's Play of Minecraft featuring the Feed the Beast Ultimate Pack. This episode, what I'm going to do is come up with a more, how do I want to put this? Permanent way of getting, lava from, not necessarily from, but to the overworld, and in particular to my base up here. Just gonna double check something here. The valve requires iron bars and a bucket. Okay. That's not too bad to sort out. You may have noticed that the barrels are gone. You might actually I think I should probably go to sleep. Partly to get rid of the weather and partly because it's night. And even with the light I've got, it's still not a good for visibility. So, to sleep, to wake, to close the door. And yes, that over there is what I was working on off camera. Or perhaps I should say the construction of that. Now, over there, you can actually see barrels over there, and that's where I've moved all my barrels and whatnot. I've also moved a few things that were previously not in barrels into barrels. And I've also started the process of getting some sort of organizational system to this barrel. There we go. Alright. Now, let me think. So if I get the valve, so that requires these engineering bricks, and those require redstone. Okay. That's fine. I do have to remember to get a couple of empty buckets. That shouldn't be too difficult. And you will notice that these walkways here don't have railings at the moment. That's something I'm going to be working on off camera, I think, but it's not an immediate priority. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is craft myself some iron bars and a bucket and a second bucket. Now I also need to put, let me think, I have redstone in here, right? I had redstone in here. I can go ahead and put that redstone in there, put this redstone back up. Now I need to make my way over to what is currently my material processing area. It won't be for much longer, I don't think. And in the material processing area, I've also got a fair bit of iron that I have been processing, pulverizing and smelting, of course. So I should be able to bring that up to my main base. Of course, again, this is not a permanent solution. In fact, I'm going to be building my more or less permanent solution this episode. Alright? But yeah, making my way over here. I've got some iron ingots in here. I'm going to go ahead and replace my pulverized iron with zirconium. Put those up in there. Turn on the engine. And it is going to take about a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and let the pulverizer also start up. And while I'm at it, check on the status of my igneous extruder. It looks to be in pretty good shape. I'm thinking I might leave the igneous extruder down here. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm going to take this lava down to about 80,000. So 80,000 divided by 2 is, yeah, about 40,000 units of stone, or 10 standard barrels. I'm not going to be out of lava in this tank for a good while unless I let these engines run for a really long time. And I actually have no intention of doing that. In fact, I would go so far as to say that I don't really want that redstone torch there, because it's not to my advantage. I think the lava in the pipes and the lava in the engines should be way more than enough. I mean, that's about 10 buckets. Lava, that's going to power me for a good while. I'm going to go and grab my zirconium out of there. The pulverizer is still running. I've got 3 more zirconium to go. Let me think. I've got my redstone torch, which I'll just take up with me. I mean, if I had brought my crescent hammer down, I think that's what it's called, crescent hammer, that you use to pick up these liquid ducts easily, I might have considered lifting these up, but I'm not going to fret too much about it at this point. Alright, and that's the last of my zircordite. And I think as soon as that's done processing, I'm going to go ahead and shut off both of these engines, mostly to conserve lava. And now I'm going to make my way... Or no, I'm not going to make my way back up to my base because I forgot to grab the other half of the green zircordite. Now I have my zircordite. Now I can return to base. And as I said last episode, it's about a 30-second walk up to my base. There is some reorganization that I'll need to do. That area with the barrels is actually intended to be a more or less permanent storage area. Of course, all of my chests and whatnot are still in this area here. Not necessarily what I want, but it will do for now. Once I get better resources, once I can more effectively get things in a position. Let's see, it's stone brick. And then redstone gives me green engineering bricks. So now engineering bricks in the corner, bucket in the middle, iron bars on the side gives me these valves. Now I'm also going to go ahead and grab probably a stack of whatchamacallits, nether bricks. Yeah, one stack should do it. Presumably I could even do this with half a stack. Now, I've pretty much decided on the height of my tank. Basically, it's going to be 6 high on the exterior, 4 high on the interior. That's going to be the roof, and that's going to be the floor. I just have to decide the other 2 dimensions. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. Because that's going to give me a 10 internal. So 2, 3, 4, and this is actually 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do I want to cut it by 1? Yeah, because if I cut it by 1, I'm going to have a little bit easier time maneuvering around in here. So it looks like that's going to be the outer boundary. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and place the rest of these nether bricks. Now, let me think. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I take out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where I'm going to be putting my valves. And really, with liquid ducts, I don't need the complicated system with item IOs out of this here. So, really, all that's left, and I have to check something. Let me think. This is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So this is actually almost exactly the midpoint, which means that it may well make sense. Not the redstone torch. I want the ruby axe here for this. Go ahead and cut that off. Put a spruce wood there and just use that for support columns. that I have spruce wood on 3 corners. Probably not going to do it on the 4th corner, and I'm okay with that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that there. See, I don't have the corresponding one on that side done yet, so yeah. Now, as far as what I'm going to do for the walls, the obvious choices are smooth stone, cobblestone. Those are the 2 I had the most of, but I'm not convinced that those are the way to go. I can also use, whatchamacallit. Where's my spruce wood? There it is. 47 of those. I could use sandstone, but I'm not sure about the color contrast. Still, I have sandstone in my barrel setup over here. So let me actually grab some of it. Let me think. Actually, it might be easiest if I were to just grab 4 stacks of sand. It's not like I'm short sand at all. Yeah, that would just get me a stack of sandstone. So now I make the modest walk over here. Part of me does wish I had a faster way to get back and forth from place to place. But at any rate, this will do for now. I've also got this cobblestone staircase here just so that I can get up and down on a temporary basis. There will at some point be a more permanent solution for getting up and down. Alright? So let's see here. Alright. I mean, obviously I'm going to have some difficulty because I don't have a massive amount of sandstone. But I don't think it looks too bad. Now, it does mean... Let me think here. Alright. And I know it's a bit dark at the moment. It is nightfall, I'm sorry to say. So let me go ahead and just undo that so that I have spruce wood like that. Might as well. I'm going to be covering that up for the 2nd layer, but I can at least get the spruce wood like that. Yeah. There we go. Alright. And actually, I could probably finish this off with another stack of sandstone, but before I do that, because I don't have any lighting there, I need to actually go and sleep through the night. And I think it would also be prudent for me to grab some torches, just so I can start lighting that area up. So let me take care of a couple things here. See, like so. Go ahead and put those up. Let me think. I don't need any more of this spruce wood, but I do need torches. Alright? And now that it is nightfall, I'm just going to go ahead and go to sleep here. Yeah. Fun sleepy time, and facing the setting moon is, yeah, setting moon is that direction. Alright. Now they have that sorted out. I also know that one more stack of regular sandstone should be more than enough to finish that off. In fact, I could almost get away with 3/4 of a stack, I think. I think I'll try a full stack. I've got a barrel for the rest of it. Oh crud. I forgot to actually craft it before I went to put the cobblestone and the nether bricks up. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and make my way over here. This ought to be good. Alright. I can go ahead and put a torch up there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there, yeah. Alright. Torch there. Torches there and there. let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puts a torch there. 3, 4, 5 puts a torch there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puts a torch there. 7, 8, 9. I didn't want to misplace that one there. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Now I can certainly step into this tank for the last time if I wanted to, but I think I'm good. So now, go ahead and do that. Sneaking my way in here. I'll right click on this one. Alright. And the capacity of this tank is 5,184,000 millibuckets, or 5,184 buckets of lava. That's going to last me quite a long time, I dare say. Okay, yeah, I've got some work to do on this area here. I'm focused more on the functional components of this build. Now, let me think. I'm going to go ahead and put my sandstone up. And while I'm going to need a pump anyway, so I might as well grab some cobblestone, because I know I'm going to need some of it. Not sure how much offhand, but I'll need some. So now I make my way back over here to my main area. Go ahead and put the cobblestone there. Now, let me think. Before I actually go too far with this, yeah, I'm going to need a magma crucible. That's a machine frame, which requires 4 glass. I need a redstone reception coil, which I can make here. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and do that. Also, go ahead and grab a piece of redstone. Wait a minute. No. It's 2 pieces of redstone. Why do I always forget that? Anyway, that's going to get me the redstone reception coil. I need 2 copper, 2 nether bricks, a bucket. So let me go ahead and grab 2 copper and 3 iron. 3 iron I can turn into a bucket. So I got the copper. So now I just need the nether brick and the glass. And if memory serves me right, it's 4 glass and 3 nether brick. Now, that said, there is one other thing I need to craft before I go downstairs. I'm actually going to go ahead and check its recipe while I'm up here. It is the portable tank, which is 4 hardened glass surrounding tin. So I have to remember to grab some hardened glass as well. So, 2 nether brick, 4 regular glass, 4 hardened glass. Why am I making the portable tank? I'll show you once I get the magma crucible placed down. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and put, I should probably grab, yeah, might as well just go ahead and grab a tin ingot out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the glass, the gold, and the iron ingots in there. That gets me a machine frame. The redstone reception coil on the bottom, nether bricks next to the machine frame, copper next to the reception coil, and the bucket on top gives me the magma crucible. And finally, tin ingot in the middle, 4 hardened glass on the sides gives me this portable tank. And before I head downstairs, I need to figure out which chest I put the crescent hammer in. It's that one. Alright? Double check to make sure that I have the ender pearls in my inventory. I'll need them. Honestly, I've kind of run out of things to say on that long elevator ride. I mean, yeah, it's not super long. It's certainly nowhere near as long as it would be if I were to manually walk up there myself. But still, you know, it's long enough. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put my pulverizer up, because what I need is the magma crucible. Now, I'm actually okay with the redstone status because, partly to avoid problems, I've moved the levers to the other side of these blocks here, so there's now far less risk of interference. Alright, so now I want to make sure... Yeah, this should be what I want. That's interesting. Okay, you can turn snow into water. Alright, shoot. But that's the recipe I'm looking for. You can just barely make it out, but that's 2,400 MJ, 2,400 Minecraft joules, and that's 250 millibuckets. What that means is that you need 2,400 Minecraft joules to turn one ender pearl into 250 millibuckets of molten ender. Now, I need now if memory serves me right, I need 2 full buckets, but I'll double check. For that I need the unattuned tesseract. Yeah, and it does require 1,000 millibuckets. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a spoiler alert. I'm going to be making some tesseracts. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead, put the portable tank on top. As you can see, that's set up with the blue on the bottom. That means that I can use the bottom as the input. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn that on, and it's going to take a rather long time. Each of these ender pearls is going to require 2,400, so I need a total of 19,000 Minecraft joules to process all those ender pearls. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera. I shall return. Alright, so my ender pearls are done converting into... I forget what the exact name of the liquid is, but they're done converting. But before I can actually do anything with it... I did it again, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm going to go ahead and craft these tesseract frames. And then I also need... Let's see, go ahead and grab 2 gold ingots, 4 iron ingots, gold ingot in the middle, iron ingots on the edges. That gets me a machine frame. 2 more redstone. And that gets me a redstone reception coil. Now, let me check the recipe real quick. Okay, so it does require a bucket. So go ahead and grab myself 3 more iron so I can make a bucket. Machine frame in the middle, redstone reception coil on the bottom. Copper ingots next to the reception coil, glass next to the machine frame gives me this liquid transposer. Alright, and before I actually go downstairs, let's see, this is the liquid tesseract that requires silver. So I need 1 copper, 2 silver, 2 tin per. So 2 copper, 4 tin, 4 silver. Put that up. I'm going to go ahead and actually put it up in this one for now just because this is relatively empty. And I also need this pneumatic servo, which is 2 iron, redstone, and 2 glass. So 4 iron, 2 redstone, and then I need to run over to my barrels and grab more glass. This is the one downside of having put the barrels where I did. Anyway, 4 glass. Now make my way back to my base so that I can actually assemble my pneumatic servos. It's not a short jog. Like I said, I do need to move some of this stuff. Anyway, iron on top and bottom, redstone in the middle, glass on the left and right gives me the pneumatic servo. And then let me double check the recipe. Alright. So I can go ahead and put tin there and there. I can put silver there and there. Copper on top. Double check the recipe. It's copper, silver, tin on the bottom. And then the unattuned tesseract in the middle. Now, how do I get the unattuned tesseract? Well, let me sleep through the night first, so that all of this is happening in daylight. There's still no grass here. I still haven't gotten around to actually getting grass up here. Also, for those of you that remember episode 3, I think it was, where I built this, I've subtly changed the front design a little bit. I think this looks better than what I had actually built initially. Anyway, time to head back downstairs. Time for me to figure out what I can talk about on the elevator ride down. I remember back when I thought this was fast, way back in episodes 4 and 5 when I first built this thing. I suppose it is fast. I didn't have enough time to actually reminisce about how I used to think it was fast. Yes, sometimes I do have my moments. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head over here. Now, I'm not actually going to move that portable tank. I could pick it up and it would still have that liquid ender pearl stuff in it. But that's not the way to go. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my magma crucible. I'm going to go ahead and put in a liquid transposer. Now, let me think. Yellow on the top, and then I want red out the right, I believe. Or no. I think I want blue in the top, and then it's going to fill into the tesseract frame like so. Now, I can just... There we go. I just right-click with the crescent hammer, and you notice that the bottom turned orange, and that means it's going to drain out the bottom. And then all of that went in there. That is, in fact, 2,000 millibuckets of that stuff. Now, each of these only needs about 1,600. I've only got 2 this time round, so it should be a little bit faster. Let me check my powered furnace. Is there anything I can smelt while I'm down here? Yeah, I can definitely stand to smelt some more iron. Plus, that's going to empty out the pipe, so what I can do is just go ahead and pick up those 2 liquid ducts. And the crescent hammer is by far the fastest way to pick up liquid ducts, in case you're wondering. Alright, at any rate, let's see. We're still building up Minecraft jewels. We're about halfway to where we need to be to fill one of these tesseract frames. Let me check on this over here. We're at about 37 stacks. Keep in mind that I've used quite a bit of stone on my skybase extension. You'll also notice that the extended skybase has a flat bottom as opposed to the somewhat rounded bottom of the main base. That's simply a function of me not being able to actually get down underneath that. While I'm at it, I suppose it would be safe to pick that up at this point, being as it's all in the liquid transposer, and it's about to kick off any second now, and there it is. And it's already started the process of filling up, and wow. The engine is almost keeping up with it. Alright? Almost, but not quite. Powered furnace. I mean, yeah, I have more iron dust that I could throw in there if I really wanted to, but don't know if it's necessarily the smartest of ideas. At any rate, let's see here. Yeah, honestly, this combustion engine isn't using too much yet, although I think it's because this has been running so much longer than that one has. But yeah. Alright. Yeah, I suspect that this engine won't be on too much longer. Now, let's see here. Alright. And that's going to be finished off. And I have my first unattuned tesseract. Now, given how close I am to being able to start the second, I think I'm going to go ahead and let that go on camera. I might as well put more iron dust in there, even though I don't think I'll be getting around to smelting all of it, simply because there we go. So it should actually be safe to turn this off at this point. I'm only going to get in excess of, I'd say, less than 100 Minecraft joules, and really, at this stage of the game, you know, given the lava in here, 86 buckets and change, I'm not going to worry about that in the combustion engine there. I mean, I do have to use it up, but other than that, I'm not going to fret about it at all. But yeah, as you can see, the liquid transposer is still processing. It's about half done, I would say, judging from the fact that it's less than half the Minecraft joules left. Alright, let's see, we're down under 500. I think there's at most going to be 100 left. So here I am just sprinting around, really just waiting for this tesseract to finish off, because there's really no point in going up there with only one unattuned tesseract. Alright, and it's almost done. There we go. There's my second unattuned tesseract. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn this engine off. Go ahead and just take out the iron dust. Now there is one left in its internal buffer. But I'm not going to fret about it. It's going to go into the chest. It's all going to be fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my way up to my sky base. I'm sure I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's about I'd say about 10-15 seconds left at this point. Anyway, let's see. So we're going up the elevator here. You can actually see the entire skybase on the minimap. I suspect that won't be the case for too much longer. Now I go over here, put my unattuned tesseract in the middle, and I'm going to get a liquid tesseract. So I'll go ahead and craft 2 of those. I'm not going to be able to actually properly explain the liquid tesseract on camera, but I can actually place one, I think. Yeah, I can at least place this side. The other side I'm going to have to place... no, I won't be placing it off camera. I will be on camera, but it will be next episode. Alright, and I'm hoping this works. I'm going to go ahead and put a liquid tesseract here. If I right-click it, it allows me to set a frequency, and then I can actually give it a name as well. So I'm going to go ahead and save the frequency as lava. I'm also going to go and configure it. Public access or owner only. I'm going to say public access, simply because that's how I set up the frequency already. It doesn't matter in single player whether you do public access or player only, except of course that it's 2 different sets of frequencies, if that's your thing. It's not mine really. And then there's a transport mode. Send, receive was the first one. It's now send only, and now it's receive only. I want to set that to receive only because this is really the sole purpose of this is to, you know, fill this multi-tank. But of course, it has to have a liquid tesseract on that frequency sending lava. Where is that going to be? Well, I'll have to build that next episode because I'm kind of running out of time for this one. So, until next time, this has been Ingenarius Cuborum. See you next time, everybody.